Like a show, but appreciate y'all moving around for us. Hope you got a neat perspective of maybe the defensive line and some other position groups. Really good scrimmage. By far, I thought operationally for the offense, one of their better practices of the spring. Really helped to have Nico back out and get some quality work today. He got about 24 snaps, I believe, in the scrimmage, and I thought really operated well. Guys that really stood out to me were, again, Michael Pittman and Tyler Vaughns. I thought did a tremendous job, as well as Vi. I thought did a nice job both running the ball, and Dominic Davis that made a couple nice runs in there. But very pleased offensively, especially the first team offense, about our situational football, especially backed up, how they got us off the 1 yard line every time they won that drill, and did a very good job. Injury wise, made it through today through tackle session, so that's always a good thing. Held Deontay Burnett just a little bit that last play the other day. Had a little bit of a ding, so precautionary. We are taking care of him today. We'll see where he's at next week. With that, I'll take any questions that you have.
Hurt his hand.
Say that again.
Should not hurt his hand. He had a big club on it.
Yeah, he's been going through a wrist, and then he got a finger really bent back. The X-rays were negative, but it pretty swollen, and we wanted to protect him a little bit. That's why you saw him bouncing around a little bit. We're down to 3 tackles, so we're circulating them both left and right. And anytime that you have that club on that right hand, actually an offensive lineman's best weapon is his inside hand. So he actually got some right tackle work, so he could function better too.
Speaking of musical chairs, you've had a lot of that. What has that shown you with moving guys around and guys you're not expecting? And who's showing up there?
Well, one of the guys that I think is doing a good job on the offensive line that we were actually talking about was Clayton Johnston. Has done a nice job over the past week of getting his opportunity with a few or lesser tackles, and really doing a nice job whether it was left or right side. You continue to see a Cole Smith develop at the center position as a young kid, and obviously I think it's great work for Chuma to end up going back to both sides. He's one of those great athletes that can function on either side. So that work, I think is invaluable when you train multiple positions, because you never know what situation you're going to be in, and I think it makes a kid more valuable when he even hits the next level, to be able to say, whether it's, hey, I played guard and tackle, or I functioned with the ball in my hand at the center position as well as playing guard. That's just an extra tool in your toolbox.
How clear an idea do you have right now on who that 5-man offensive line group is going to be?
I think, and it'll end up going through the first 2 weeks of training camp. I want to get a couple of guys healthy. Obviously, with Toa coming back and seeing where that fits with him and Nico, I think is important. And then seeing some young kids. I really didn't realize how good Andrew Voorhees was going to be when he came in here prior to getting hurt. And there's some other individuals that are very talented that could help us with our depth chart. So right now, I think we'll let it go until about 2 weeks in, like we did last year, and then release it 2 deep.
Is there a spot that you or Toa would prefer to play?
No, I'm going to see what's the best. The ultimate goal at the end of the day is to put the best 5 out there, and that's why you see some training in some multiple positions. Is you take your best 5 and you get them out there at center, guards, and tackles. Obviously, Toa, a healthy Toa is obviously one of our best 5 and one of our most experienced. So it's just a matter of what's the best combination of chemistry for that line. And thank goodness we have 29 practices to be able to figure that out in training camp.
Would he be limited to center guard because he's played some tackle?
No, he will actually be able to do any of the 3 positions, and he'll work at tackle too. Both him and Nico will look at both of them.
Nico seemed pretty concerned on Tuesday about his back being like a long-term thing. How does he look the last 2 days' progress?
Well,
he seemed pretty quick.
He's been a tough kid as far as dealing with that. He dealt with it all last season. I mean, he fought through the Rose Bowl like a champ. I mean, because he was hurting, and he fought through in that game. It's something that we're going to have to manage. I think our doctors do a wonderful job. We kind of had a pitch count today to see where we were hoping for about 24 plays. We were going to reassess it at 12. And after 12, Nico came up to me and said, "Coach, I feel good. I want to keep going." So, you know, as I told Nico, only he knows his body. You get the references from the doctors, and then you ask the kid, how are you feeling? You know your body the best, and credit to Nico. He really wanted to come out here and compete today and did a very nice job. We function a lot better when he's in there.
Is this defense, you know, would it be correct to say these guys will, compared to maybe years in the past, they'll hit you from every position out there? I mean, is this a defense that looks like they're more willing to just go out and hit people?
Yeah, this is a violent, Dan, I think you've got a good observation there. This is a violent front seven. It really is, and very hard to run the ball against, both scheme-wise, and you're talking about guys with a lot of experience and a lot of playing time right now on that front seven. And our secondary is coming together, you know, with Marvell and Chris back there, as well as Biggie. You know, Jack getting better. Isaiah Langley has had a really good camp. You know, the secondary's coming together. Hopefully we can grow up, you know, a Jamel Cook and keep bringing him along. Hopefully a YK can come along, who's had a good camp, and really make that a really two deep solid secondary, along with some young kids. So I think the front is doing a wonderful job right now. We just need to shore up the secondary, and when that happens, I think it's going to be a very effective defense in our league.
How would you assess your inside linebacker situation?
Well, right now, really proud of Cam switching from the dime to the Mike position, kind of taking over where Mike Hutchings is, and extremely pleased with the play of both Jordan Iosefa and John Houston on that interior. I mean, doing a great job. And then you see Grant Moore, our walk-on linebacker, that just keeps on showing up each and every scrimmage. Really proud of him. So, you know, I think we've got three guys that have experience playing, and you know, you got some young people coming in. We'll have to stay healthy at that position, but I'm very pleased on how those kids are playing. And you know, the one kid that's been kind of the swing guy has been Buddha, being able in this spring to go from an edge player to inside, until we get a little bit deeper there with some young kids showing up in the fall.
The younger guys coming in that you were referring to, is that Giuliano and then Levi?
Yeah, you have Levi and Giuliano coming in. That will add to that group, and we'll see both of them are very valuable to us, because when we signed them, we saw them with the accessibility to play both inside and out. They weren't just true interior linebackers, maybe like a Mike Hutchings. With their length and size and speed and athleticism, we truly felt like they could go either or based on need. Thank you guys. Have a great